Hey, it's editing Eggman. Real quick, my audio blur messed up for the first 30 seconds, but it fixes itself. So sorry that happened, but it fixes itself, so we're good. So just sorry about that. All right, enjoy the video. Hey everyone, Eggman here, and I'm with a special guest.
Oh, hi, I'm Rich.
Rich.
That's my time. Okay,
Yeah, sorry, we didn't rehearse this. Yes, Rich here took top 8 at ARG States this last weekend. And as I always say, like, this meta is so good you can choose any leader you want, and as long as they're blue. And he proved that, right? Because he brought Iron Vow Trunks. And before he approached me, I didn't hear that he placed top 8, or I didn't hear anyone talk about this deck making top 8. So I definitely wanted to get his opinion on it. So
yeah, so I mean I can go through the list.
Sure.
I was going through and I was thinking about Super Saiyan 3, and there's another YouTuber named Android, and he said in this video I watched, and it makes sense. He's like, if you're playing blue, you know, you'll play a blue leader, but can Super Saiyan 3 Goku do it better? And 9 times out of 10, he can do it better. And I kept feeling like I felt like the meta for me was getting stagnant with every leader being the same. I mean, sure, we got Haruda right out there doing a lot of major work right now. Props to that leader.
Yeah,
I'm gonna build him real soon. And Trunks being my favorite character, all forms of Trunks, you know, and Future Trunks and the Blue Trunks as well. I was like, there's something in here that people are not looking out for, and he's going to be pretty prominent. And I saw that his untap 1 is not as prominent as Super Saiyan 3 Goku's, but he can untap a blue battle card, which to me seemed a lot more versatile than, you know, people actually were letting on. So by protecting your key cards, like once I go through the list, I'll explain. But I realized that I need to keep up with Super Saiyan 3 and not be a Super Saiyan 3 deck. So a couple choices that I made was adding blockers. So the one drop in there, the one drop Goten's in there just to be a blocker. I just need an easy one. I was tossing between him and Yajirobe a lot, but I didn't want to tap 2. I want to keep my low cost cards, low cost, and I would have my big cards come out to do the major damage. So I have a few pieces in here that actually do a lot of work. A lot of cards in here I rarely actually hard cast these because I use the Kai that acts as energy. So in order to keep up with Super Saiyan Goku, I use that card to basically act as my objection.
Yeah, and so and real quick, so I'll probably ask the question that you probably got all weekend was, what does this leader do? So just so the front side is the attack a leader, draw a card, and he untaps 2 when he awakens. And then on the end of your turn, if all of your energy is blue, which I mean as long as you don't charge an overwhelm card, you untap 1 of your energy and 1 of your cards. So with Magenta Fire, you can use it for energy, and then you untap it, and that's essentially energy. So you get to untap 2 sometimes if you choose to do that.
Well, you get to untap a 3 or more 3 cost or more blue card.
Is it
Fire is only at 2 costs, but if that was the case, he'd be amazingly broken.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I don't even know what the card do. This no one runs this leader.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine. But yeah, for the most part, I found great success in it. It was I think we have about 20 plus players there. Like I said, I kind of allowed Super Saiyan 3 Gokus. The first round that I played, I actually went to time. He took 1 round to get around because he couldn't hit me.
Yeah.
So he was getting kind of stale, and then we hit time, and I was like, well, we have to draw now because we can't finish the next round.
Yeah.
So let me go with my choices. So like I said, and this is like my change 20 before I went to the tournament. I messed around with this deck. I tested a lot on untap. I tested a lot with my friends and everything, and this is the most this build here I found most success with. Playing in my first version of the deck, I ran objection, but I realized the fact that I don't like losing cards from my hand, and objection you kind of minus.
Yes.
So I wasn't a big fan of that. So I want to have not only a body on the board, the West Kai, and also energy. Once again, still trying to keep up Super Saiyan 3 Goku again. I use that card to act as my energy. So when I need to extend plays, and also flute. Flute is a insanely broken card.
Oh yeah.
Like people were saying Goku is the issue in this format. It's not. It's flute.
Yeah,
every blue deck unfair.
Yeah, I was just saying that's huge. That's what my opinion is that yes, Goku is strong, but it's not because of just himself. I think Flute is just the big thing, and I'm fairly certain that Flute's gonna happen or something's gonna happen to Flute before Goku. I think they're gonna realize like, oh, a 0 mana card or 0 energy card, excuse me, is way more hazardous for the game long term. So
it really is. Like a lot of my key plays were, okay, so say if I was to, I would tap 5. So say I would tap a few for Beerus energy, Beerus, and then tap like a one of the Kais, right?
Yeah.
Energy. I'll play a Beerus down, then I'll play Flute because I could bounce the Kai back to my hand. It's still plus because my energy's not even there.
Yep. And then it's combo cost. Or you can use this combo later too, which is always handy. Yeah.
Or charge it next turn as well, which I did a lot. So before I always would say, okay, I'm done charging, so I'll just make this card my next charge target.
Yeah.
I played Powers Combined.
Yes, I was going to ask about that. Because there's always the debate on Piccolo or Kibito Kai, which one's better. A lot of people have a lot of opinions on that.
I feel like right now this meta, it's terrifying to be at 3.
Yes.
I clench a little bit being at 3, and I use Piccolo. I use Piccolo in my other builds as well, and I found out that my combos in my hand were not sufficient enough. So people, especially these power red decks here, like that Super Saiyan 4 Flash Goku, is that his name? So obviously you can't counter. So you gotta out combo this thing, or you die. So case in point, when I played the person on Saturday, he went all in, with his combo pieces, right?
Yeah.
And I had in my hand 4 Kibito Kais, and I pushed them all back to his hand, and he was tapped out.
Oh, that's a really good point. Because there's 2 arguments, right? Either Kibito Kai is really good if they're only going to be pushing with one guy, but if they're trying to storm with a bunch of smaller guys, which sometimes Red Blue does, Piccolo is usually better because you don't want them to keep having resources that they could use for combo later. So, but I do like that. That is a very good point against GT, because I lost against GT this past locals and what could I have done? That I out cheated. So that's a very good point.
Also, in fact, with Kibito Guy, you also can draw a card without being in that 4 life. So for me, when I'm trying to filter my deck, because sometimes my hands weren't so optimal.
Yes. And
you try to find pieces like I try to find my Tapions to awaken next turn. So I was like, okay, I'll attack and I'll draw a card with Trunks, and then I'll use Kibito Guy, draw another card, just keep filtering my deck out. Once again, Flute, makes this deck so versatile. Like I would combo with Gohan, for defense. Then I would attack with Gohan. They would combo to save, and then I would flute back Gohan back to my hand. Yeah. Because once again, at the end phase of the turn, you tap 1 blue, so I'm going to have that guaranteed 10k body in my hand that will come down as another attacker if they try to attack me. So this is why, once again, I think Flute needs to get addressed.
Yes.
It's just so unfair.
Let's see.
Obviously, we have Unyielding Trunks on tap to extend plays. My cards here that are my big power cards here are basically Beerus and Bergamo.
Yes.
And I guess possibly Few as well.
Yes.
But Beerus put in a lot of work. I noticed that he wasn't seeing a whole lot of play at the last set that came out, the Torment Power. And now, because Blue is running rampant, Beerus is seeing him play in every Blue deck, and I'm happy he is, because he's an amazing card, which hinders the opponent. So, the opponent will lose a card every single turn if played right, and I think this card's amazing.
And I think part of it's because, when the card first came out, people were running a bunch of big cards in their hands. So they're like, oh shoot, I only lose 1, and then you're done. But now that some decks are just running a bunch of Kabbas and a bunch of Trunks and stuff, discarding all that energy cost can actually be kind of tricky to do, because no one runs high cards in some of their decks.
True, yeah, very, very true. And I got actually to a lot of matches actually too that day, which actually he had to leave he should discard his energy because he couldn't pop from his hand. So it was kind of crazy. And I was happy because he actually led to him losing. Bergamo is in here. What's crazy? I charged him more than I wanted to. Games against Super Saiyan 3, I played a lot of these matches. Super Saiyan 3 matches, I used Bergamo maybe twice. But then I found out that I sided him out most every time, and I put the Trunks in. Okay. And and also I put in lieu of Bergamo, I put in 2 Trunks, and I put in the Super Saiyan 3 6-drop Goku, which
The Dragon Fist, yeah.
Yes, saved me so many games actually against these barrier monkeys and everything.
Yeah.
Once again, another play with obviously, you know, with Flute, you play Trunks, top show Trunks, you get top 2 cards. Check the top 2 cards, draw 1, and you attack with the Trunks, and you flute it back to your hand, and then you still plus.
Yeah,
so
and then you
Trunks again next turn.
Yeah, because he's so and a lot of people bringing the Dragon Fist out too. Like it's been such a surprise because like no one plays 6 energy cards anymore, and to have this Dragon Fist come out and be so successful is really cool to me.
Yeah. So that card should save me a lot when I played against I played against the last match I played was against a Trunks leader who ran a blue yellow engine, basically all based on the monkeys and everything. So I would not let those monkeys stay on board at all. I would get rid of that monkey. So I would get rid of the ape with Tapion. So I would send him to the top of his deck. And I would make sure that that's gone. I would get rid of him with View, and then I would destroy it with Beerus. And, you name it. So those monkeys were not on board more than 1 turn every single time. And Krinoa was in there because I tossed up between Krinoa and also Majin Buu, but I was afraid of the random Shigesh player out there. So just be safe. I was like, Krinoa's here, not a big deal. Draw 1, 5k combo body. I don't really care.
No, going back in time, looking back at this deck, would you still main board for Krinoa, or would you potentially switch her for something else?
I would still main board for Krinoa.
Okay.
I definitely see the value in her. I was actually in one of my builds as well before I even added the Bergamo. I had in here Pilaf as well to basically deal with these crazy critical cards. Like you play it and you counter, and then you can negate the keyword. And this is me, like just theory crafting and trying to be a basically trying to make a deck with most options. And I was trying to think what critical is the most dangerous keyword in this game. It's the scariest keyword because you're not getting cards. You're getting hurt. So I mean that was in there, and I mean it worked out for a few test games between some of my friends and everything. But it wasn't. I didn't have enough draw power, and I hated not having enough draw power.
Yeah,
so
and I think
in the Krinoas.
Yeah, and you don't really have a lot of things going on turn 1 anyways, besides just Goten. So I think in this deck, I think it's pretty acceptable to have just for whatever else, just a card draw. You still have Flute, so you can just take her back, draw 1 energy, draw 2. So
I actually beat somebody. I beat somebody with a Goten as well that weekend. They were all tapped out. I'm like, I'm going to go in. It's going to make it happen.
That's awesome.
And I realized that I needed more removal because I had a hard time dealing with these early big threats on board. So I added a few. I think Mad Saiyan's cool for board clear, but this is such a blocker heavy meta.
It really is.
That Mad Saiyan is basically rendered inefficient. So I like Few just for that single snipe right there. I think he's great for what he does. He's still double strike as well, 20k, over around 1-5, same as Mad Saiyan for the most part. So he's a clear board. And also obviously Whis Coercion is in there as well. Probably still one of the best things in the game to untap. I would tap myself out on purpose to bait my opponent, and then I would play Whis Coercion, and then I would tap the South Kai, what South Kai, what Sky is though. Tap him, and then I would extend my plays, and then my opponent would be, because these cards, I guess they call them mana dorks. I don't play Magic, but I guess they call them mana dorks. And I
haven't played Magic, but I've heard the term before.
So I was like, oh, and then they were like, how's this? So basically, right, I can think that had the element of surprise in my favor for playing this leader and playing these choices here, because the fact that my deck was really like it's really grindy. And that's why I play, because I mean everyone's saying that this meta it's such a fast meta. If you let it, and I was like, if I slowed this game down to my tempo, I should be able to win it. And that's as a 10. I mean, that's what happened. If the game was swinging in my favor, like if I was playing, make all the plays, slow them down, get my Kais out there, get Beerus on board, I would eventually then, out resource my opponent and then eventually win the game. And that's how it is. You get the big body, you get the bodies on board, the Gohans, and then you get Bergamos on the board. Like I had 3 on board, on Saturday. So
Oh, dang.
They couldn't attack me.
Yeah.
So they couldn't attack me with the leader.
And even if the leader killed Bergamo, there's two more, so they can't do anything still.
I mean, if I make a change, I would probably keep in 2 Bergamo and then put in 2 of the new Vegito, so no one can attack me.
Yeah, and that's the question. Yeah, because since then the Ultimate Box come out, and a lot of people have been talking about that Vegito. So instead of it doesn't get it doesn't get the plus 5k every time it's attacked, but it does have barrier. That's the trade-off between those two. Yeah.
But then if you have Bergamo on board, they can't attack. They have to remove Bergamo before even attacking Vegito.
Yes.
So they have to waste resources to kill Bergamo.
Yeah.
So I think that 2-2 split would be ideal, I guess, for me. I gotta test it out. I'm gonna get the Ultimate Box maybe later in the week.
Yeah.
Definitely excited for the new Vegeta leader, which I'm probably going to be maining for a little bit. He's really versatile and he's really powerful.
Yeah, he's. I think he's really cool, and he's blue. So I mean, there we go.
Once again, more flute abuse.
Yeah.
If one thing that you can learn from this video today is not if this deck is good or not, but flute makes every deck
viable. I'll say yeah. And then, do you want to dive into your side a little bit?
Sure. So the 2 Champas, just for that surprise kill factor.
Yeah.
I never used it.
Okay.
The 2 Xenopa in case because I have a lot of 1 cost cards in there, so
yes.
To combo with. Also, never needed it at all whatsoever.
Okay.
Mafupa I used once against the Great Ape King Vegeta.
Okay, yeah. I'd say that'd be the big matchup you'd want to do that for.
And Trunks and Goku and Jocko. I during the Jockos when I sided out, I took out the fuse and put in the 2 Jockos just because I wanted to have something else to basically either play to combo back with or to charge because I wasn't really happy about charging a Beerus every single time. I wanted to keep a Beerus in hand because I could actually play 2 in like 1 turn if played right. So I really think that once you have 2 Beerus on board, it's pretty much your game.
Yeah, exactly.
And the 2 Dragon Fists, I think 2 Dragon Fists is a perfect number. You don't cast him that much, but when you do, he's powerful. Sending a barrier card, back to someone's hand. When they're tapped out, also you get to tap 2 energy.
Is it to their hand or to the top of their deck?
To their hand.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I still think it's pretty powerful because I played an opponent who had a Piccolo. The 20k Piccolo.
The 4-drop from.
Yeah,
the new 4-drop.
Yeah. So I mean, and he played that card, but then Super Saiyan 3 Goku also has barriers, so he has a big middle finger to like other barrier cards. So
and then you also get to untap them at the end of your turn too, right? So they can't
exactly. Yeah. So they can't even attack on him. So tapping 2 energy is still huge. It doesn't matter. So you can send you put even further. And you can get, so once again, you attack with the Goku, and then guess what? You got 2 untap energy, and so you can play down that Goten, or play down that Klonoa, and then at the end of your turn, you can then tap energy again, and also can tap that 1 battle card. So I mean, I try to have as many options out there to counter this insane meta we have right now. The Super Saiyan 3 meta, I call it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for a little bit longer. I think Underground is a little more powerful than Super Saiyan 3 right now.
Yeah, I think people are slowly getting to catch on, and I'm really looking for. And most of the reason Hirudegarn is powerful right now is because he has the super combo and flute access, right? Because that super combo is super good. So I am curious to see if Helles brings any new decks into the meta, just because it's such a powerful super combo, too.
I would like to. I think that card does a lot of. Hopefully, it can probably bring back Zamasu decks or Goku Black decks.
Yes.
I think Goku Black is still I don't think he's a great leader for this meta. I think he could be viable once again with Flute and with Helles as well for the early draw. The fact that he self awakens is really key. It's key as well.
Yeah.
And I think that we had always these like low. These low costing cards, like the Crit Gohan, the Crit Trunks, the Kappa, all these cards here are only 1-drop. So Goku Black shines. He can cheat energy early on, so he's gonna win that battle right there. Yeah. So I think that, and also the fact that you could be at 5 and use that super combo will extend your place even further. But I'm rambling right now about this.
But yeah, I guess last question is so what decks did you face during the tournament? How?
So I played against Super Saiyan 3,
Uh-huh.
and then I played against Super Saiyan 3 GT.
Okay.
Played against a Mono Black Mirror.
Uh-huh.
Played against a what else was there?
And so did you beat all those three or?
No. I lost to the GT deck.
Okay.
I just couldn't. I could not deal. I was 5K short from him,
Oh.
and then he hit me with the triple strike. I was
Okay.
like, you know what? It's just your win.
Yeah.
I lost that. That's actually was my only loss of that day. Was that actually?
Okay. Okay.
And also, I played against a really spicy baby deck.
Okay. I've been seeing some ramblings about some spicy anti-meta baby decks. So.
Oh yeah, baby was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky to pull that win out of there because the fact that the 6-shot baby gets on board, you get to minus the battle card by 20k, and you get to draw a card as well.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It is powerful. Yeah,
it's powerful, and he had 2 on board. So
oh jeez.
So I couldn't play a card, but then I eventually just got rid of him by attacking over it and wasting his resources. But I definitely think that baby has a place in his meta somewhere. I think maybe Dr. Mew does it better.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the fact that he could play that free card down every single turn, opposed to like wasting energy to play the cards out.
And with Planet too, but
yeah, Planet M2 gets to draw a card and everything else. But the baby's cards are really powerful. A lot of his cards, he knocked out a lot of my cards early on. Like he used that Revenge to kill my blockers early on. He killed my Gohans all the time. He killed my Bergamos constantly. So I was like really like fishing for a win there. But I got it in the end using Goku because of the whole barrier.
Oh yeah, the barrier thing. Yeah,
yeah. So I used that and also used the Beerus as well. So even though Beerus was 20k cut, I still attacked because his skill still resolves.
Yeah.
So they were still minusing themselves as well. So I definitely think
that's so funny. Just imagining a 5k Beerus trying to attack for game like.
Double strike at that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 5k double strike. Come at me. So.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I think the deck was really, really consistent. I plan on making some changes in the next few days from now.
Sure.
And I hopefully soon hope to test out again. Maybe not this leader, but I always play a Trunks leader every format.
Yeah,
so,
there's so many blue ones, so you are fine for right now. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. I guess this is the show. And talking about this deck. I think it's really cool. I really like how unique it is. Top 8 something again, and just let me know, and I'll always interview.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a lot of fun to just talk about the meta and in this deck. So any closing remarks?
Yes. If you guys haven't already subscribed to this man's channel, please do so. He has good content out there. He is a growing DBS content creator. Please give him your support. He gives a good content. He's really knowledgeable in the game, and yeah, that's all I can really say.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm happy you got that script I gave you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Money.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. So.
And also, if you have played, I stress that people, don't be confined to. This is my opinion right here. I'm a kind of an anti-meta player.
Go for it.
But don't just play, with tops.
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is that person out there to have this, creative mind out there to make something work.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's like, a random Goku Black leader or this little Trunks leader. If you are good enough, right, if you know the game well enough, you can win.
Yes.
Just gotta be patient. You gotta be creative and think outside the box, and you will always adapt it, and you always win.
Yeah, play games on Untapped. That's all I say. I have so many people that I'm ranting now too. Just experiment games on Untapped. It's free, right? It's free to play games. You don't have to build a deck. You don't have to spend money. Try it out, and you can maybe find stuff that works that you wouldn't have expected to. That's my 2 cents.
Oh, can I give a shout out real quick?
Oh yeah, please do.
So I want to give a shout out to my good friend Jose, who has helped me practice this and my many past decks that brought me to many wins and many other top 8s as well. He is one of my biggest fans, and he's been my friend for about 16 years.
Oof.
And he is one of my consummate testing partners, and I would not ask for anybody better to help me out in getting better at this game. So I can only hope to get better, and I can only hope to one day win that regionals.
Yes.
Probably not with this deck.
Let me know. Dibs. I have signing rights for you to do the first interview.
Rights.
Yes. Yeah.
You have it.
Dibs.
It's all yours.
Thank you.
All right.
So, all right. Thank you so much. If you guys have a deck you want to show off, let me know. I promise you I won't get everyone, but if it never hurts to ask. And yeah, thank you so much, and we will catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.